Today we're going to start our book, Blood on the River. This book is about the journey from London over to the new colony, Jamestown, and it is told from the point of view of a 12-year-old boy named Sam. So while we read this book, I want you to think about how you and Sam's lives are similar and how they're different. What do y'all have in common? What is different about your lives? Now, it does take place in a completely different time than we live in, so there are a lot of differences. And then there's going to be a few vocabulary words that we are going to see if we can find the meaning of. So we're going to start reading the book, and we're going to read it out loud together. So we'll start with chapter 1, and we'll begin to read. And then I'm going to read chapter 1 and 2 out loud. But for the sake of the video, I'm not going to do it right now because it would take forever. So we're going to pretend we read chapter 1 and 2, and then we are going to talk about it. So we just read chapter 1 and 2 about Sam. We talked about how he's an orphan and why he's an orphan, how he grew up in the poorhouse, him and his mom. We also learned that his mom had pawned her golden locket, and Sam went back to steal it, and he got caught by the shopkeepers. So one of the words that we heard was magistrate. So we're going to use the best strategy to find the meanings for these words. So we're going to break the word apart, examine each part, say each part, and try the whole thing in context. So the first word was magistrate. So if we break it apart, it would be magistrate. And so I'm going to read it how it was in the book, and we're going to see if we can't find the meaning of the word by using context clues. So the way it's used in the book, it says, "The magistrate will enjoy this delivery, another criminal off the streets." So that is what the shopkeeper said after he caught Sam. So using that, we're going to figure out if we can find out what the word magistrate means. So it's got to be somebody that is involved in the justice system, whether it's a police officer or something like that. But it's actually a judge. So it was a judge in London. It was called a magistrate. And the next word is gallows. So it's gallows. And that used in the book was, some would say I am lucky. Others would say I am doomed. I escaped the gallows. That is why I am lucky. So the gallows is what they were going to use to punish Sam for stealing. And stealing back in the day, especially if you were a peasant, was you could be killed over it. So the gallows is actually something that they would use to hang someone after they were caught doing a crime. So the next word is scoff. Scoff. I am to be Captain Smith Page, which means I'm supposed to serve him and learn from him. I don't argue with Reverend Hunt, but inside I scoff at the idea. Me, an apprentice to an officer? So scoff means to be disdained about something, to dislike it, almost like a whatever or yeah, right in our day. The next word is prophecy. So at the beginning of the book, we read a little insert from the journal. So it was a journal about how a prophecy was delivered to Chief Powhatan, ruler of the Powhatan Empire, and it was talking about how a tribe is going to come, and 3 times the Powhatans will rise up against them, and then they will fall. So a prophecy means something that is told about the future, or it's a foreshadowing of something to come. So we used our best strategy to figure out what these words meant and what they mean in context. And now I want you to think about the Venn diagram. So we're going to draw a Venn diagram together, and I want you to think about your life and how Sam's life are similar and the same. And some things you can think about just to give you a clue, like if you were caught stealing or if you were caught, taking something, how would you be punished and how was Sam's punishment? Sam was going to be hung in the gallows. He was going to be killed for stealing something that was actually his in the first place. Also, small things, how they say mom. So we say M-O-M, mom, and Sam says mum, M-U-M. So I want you to think about those things when you're doing your Venn diagram and think about how your lives are similar and different. And he's around the same age as y'all, so that is one thing that is the same. But I want you to really look back at your book and get clues and see how you and your lives are different and similar.